What's up, guys? Andrew here from IGN. I'm with Josh Jeffcoat from Gearbox. How you doing, Josh?
Hey, what's going on?
And we are looking at how Marcus saved Mercenary Day, which is the third Headhunter pack for Borderlands 2. This time Christmas themed, I believe.
Yeah, sort of a little bit. We're actually going to start this one inside of Marcus's Mercenary shop. His shop is actually just off of the dust, so it's all deserty and sandy outside. So Marcus has a job for you to do. So he's had a little problem, so we're going to go talk to him. We're going to go see what's going on out there. Let's go get some work to do. So he's kind of got a little Christmas spirit on. He's got a dead tree behind him. He's not the most festive person in the world. But he's got some problems, so we're going to go help him with that. So
yeah,
we have a little toy train that we made. Yeah,
that's that's very Christmassy.
Yeah. See, it's just like Christmas. Don't shoot the train. Anyway, that took me like 4 hours to make. Anyway.
So Marcus keeping busy for sure.
Yeah. So Marcus has this little wardrobe in the back of his shop that he's going to let us step through, and on the other side is not the desert anymore.
Ooh.
It's we've been transported to a new place known as Frost Bottom. Suddenly we're at the southernmost tip of Pandora, as if by magic.
As if it was a magical wardrobe.
As if, perhaps.
And you're not lying.
Boo! So now we're down here in Frost Bottom. Marcus has a problem. There's a shipment of guns that he sent off to the people of Frost Bottom, but they never arrived. So we're going to be investigating that problem for him, and we're going to see what happened to the train shipment. So along the way, we're meeting a few new enemies. We have new Yetis here. They're very similar to the Bully Mongs that you've known, but they got a few new twists going on here and there. But hopefully, once we get past all these Yetis, we'll see if we can figure out what happened to all the people that were here. And if they received the shipment, or maybe they didn't receive it, or even if the people are alive anymore. We'll find out.
Excellent. Oh, man. I always love how the badass enemies are so much bigger and more terrifying than the typical ones.
Oh, yeah. No, that was one of our biggest strengths with the Borderlands 2 tools. Allows us to really like crank the scale up on stuff and make all these cool variants and stuff with all these new behaviors.
And of course,
we love.
Oh
yeah, we love building all that stuff. So we always try to throw some of that in there. So these are the town gates of a little town known as Gingerton, and it appears the town is frozen over. There's a couple of people left, but they all look like they're frozen. So apparently, the town has lost all semblance of heat. So we're going to go see if the furnace is active, or see if we can figure out why everything's frozen, and see if we can fix that problem.
It's cool that once again you guys are able to kind of play with the environment and make it, you know, like obviously you have like the snowed-in houses here and everything, like that. You guys are kind of able to adapt the theme to fit with what you're doing for the content.
Yeah, no, we have a lot of fun with this stuff. So these holiday-themed DLCs give us a little bit more leeway than we would normally have to do a little stranger-type stuff. So if you actually look very carefully at these houses, you'll notice that they're actually all made of gingerbread, which is why the name of the town is Gingerton.
A nice touch.
So, but it's this little community down here nestled out on the edge of this mountain here. And then once we get further into the mountains, there's some different locations with different people that are there. So we've gotten up here to the furnace. It's out of coal. Apparently someone's stolen the coal, and now we're going to have to figure out who did that and see if we can get some coal back.
That makes sense.
So,
I love all the expressions on these snowmen.
Oh, yeah. So, someone is controlling all of the snow here and has brought all the snowmen to life. You're going to see a lot of these little snowmen. So these are a brand new enemy for the Christmas DLC we've got going on here. They're a lot of fun.
It's like the most intimidating voice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the voice you hear there is Mr. Tender Snowflake. So he appears to be the one that is frozen over the whole town. So I bet we'll be seeing a lot more of him later. Probably.
Interesting. A bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah.
And behavior-wise, or would you say these snowmen are similar to anyone, or are they aggressive?
Well, they're a brand new enemy just created just for this. So they have different ones actually have different types of attacks, and you'll see a lot more of the snowman behaviors the longer you play. And then once we get into the big finale, when you meet Mr. Tender Snowflake, he has a lot of custom stuff that was built just for him. He's one of the most unique enemies we've ever made in Borderlands.
Awesome. Yeah, and it's cool. I like to just point out every time for anyone not familiar with the Headhunter packs, the idea here is that you will eventually come to some sort of boss, and you're basically fighting to earn their head. As you complete those missions, you'll get a special head and skin. And yeah, I am definitely excited to see where this one ends up. And that was a snow bandit. Is that just kind of a new kind of theme for?
Yeah, everything here is all snowy themed. You see, there's some Christmas presents scattered about. So this is our custom lootable that we made for Christmas. So these presents are actually scattered all over. They also have, because it's Christmas, a tiny chance to give you some iridium too, awesome. Which is actually something that we never do with lootables, or we rarely do with lootables.
Yeah, it's cool that you guys have customized those for each one too. We saw the ovens in the previous one, and I believe there was
the smashable pumpkins in Halloween. Yeah,
very cool. And again, it's cool seeing you guys have kind of spread out the enemies from the core game across all of these. I think we saw Goliaths in the previous ones, and it's kind of cool seeing
we're across all the Headhunter packs. We're trying to keep a really good mix of all of the enemy types. We're trying not to repeat too much there, so that each one of these feels very fresh and very different than all the other ones, just to keep the combat from getting stale. So we have a whole lot to choose from Borderlands, and then we always take those creatures and then do variants of them or give them new behaviors or new decorations and stuff to tie them into the new locations that they're at. So we always work really hard to kind of keep everything fresh and new.
Yeah, I think the systems of the game definitely lend themselves to that too, because you're always able to draw from kind of that very big pool for sure.
So you'll notice that there actually are a lot more bandits in this area, and we'll actually find out why very soon. Up here in this upper region, we're really far away from Gingerton. So Gingerton is sort of a gated community, as you will. The houses are all very, very nice and very delicious. But here, everything's just these kind of crappy wooden cabins. This is where the not nice people live, in this area of Frostbottom.
Gotcha. The Frostbottom slums.
Yeah.
I love the names, based on carols and tinsel.
Oh yeah.
Nicely done.
So up here, we found Marcus's train, and I've actually, if you look, this badass Yeti is chained to one of the cars, and he was trying to steal it. So if we didn't kill him immediately, he will actually take the car away.
Oh wow.
There's actually an optional objective to stop him, because if you stop him in time, you're actually able to get up on the car, and there is a chest hidden on top.
Oh wow.
So if you can respond to that quick enough, you get an extra loot chest. But up here, basically, the bandits were trying to intercept that shipment that Marcus was talking about, and unlink all the cars and basically take all the loot in Marcus's shipment for themselves. So now we found the train. Now we're gonna take care of this little problem here and see if we can't send that train on its merry way where it needs to get going.
See, merry way. I see what you did there.
Yeah. I practiced that one. So the first problem in actually moving the train is going to be the bridge that we have that James is currently ignoring. The bridge is raised up, but it's also frozen in the upper state. So we're just going to have to break down some of that ice and collapse the bridge back down into its normal working position here. You get one more piece of ice over there. There we go.
Then we'll tell the townsfolk that bandits stole the guns and
all of the Christmas presents, because we have custom interaction text on all the lootable items. For the Christmas presents, the interaction text usually says like use or open. For the Christmas presents, it says what's this, as a little nod to the Nightmare Before Christmas whenever Jack Skellington discovers Christmas Town.
That's really cool. Yeah, you guys have definitely had fun with those. You know, of course, you had like the die roll and the Tiny Tina.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's really fun to interact those little things, just little bits of flavor here and there to kind of make things a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, and it's really cool looking back across how Borderlands has changed. I mean, even such simple things like that since the core game, you know, especially as we're more than a year out at this point.
Yeah. So you see here, there's a couple of giant snowballs coming in from the west. Someone's not happy with the train moving right now. But they're going to stage a big ambush here for the train, and I think this is where we're going to draw to a close.
Sure, yeah, for sure. We'll kind of let people see what happens from this point on. Well, awesome, Josh. Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Absolutely.
And for everything you need to know about Borderlands, keep it locked to IGN.